What's up, my people? How na dey wetin dey happen waiting this up? So, guys, the Lost Choosings GO just replied, "Very dark man." I have my own opinion about that, but before I share that, let us talk about the fight between Whiskid and Davido. You guys know that is far from over, right? They will keep fighting. But what really caused the fight? Who abused or disrespected Whiskid's dad? Why did Wizkid directly disrespect or still disrespecting Davido's uncle? Why? What's this whole thing? I mean, initially I thought, okay, maybe this is just some sort of publicity stunt, but now it's getting personal. Remember in April 2024, April of this year, I think Wizkid was the first to take a swipe at Davido. He shared that video of Davido begging some girl, I don't know. I think he said, "Beg me like this," when they were asking him to release the album. Shortly after that time, Davido replied. So it seemed like this thing is still lingering, but we didn't know, right? And we're talking about Mariah here, Wizkid's mother. The same Mariah that Davido saw at the airport and took a picture with the woman, like it's Wizkid's mother, no bad blood, So seemed like Davido or his team have also been waiting for that big announcement, because Wizkid told his fans. By the way, a lot of Wizkid's fans have been begging Wizkid to drop Mariah. Right, so Wizkid said, "Okay, I've got a big announcement coming October 1st." And maybe, Davido's team were like, "Oh, I think that's when we're gonna get him."
The news of your passing is the saddest news I've ever heard in my entire life.
Wizkid have been pushing this in Paris, in London, like really promoting it, and people are anticipating, to hear this thing. Let us see it. So he said there'll be a big announcement happening on October 1st. And the same October 1st, Davido, if you mention the big three, Davido, Wizkid, and Burna Boy, right? So the big two are fighting. Imagine they release something, a project or a body of work on that same day. That will create confusion, and that's a problem. So maybe Wizkid, that's kind of subtle. Maybe Wizkid feel like, nah, this is just stupid. Why would this person, put out something on the same date I chose? And he knows that I have been promoting this Mariah for a long time. My fans have been asking, they're anticipating. You do not choose the same date. And that's what they do. Top musicians, some of them that are friends, they'll be like, "Oh, can you please move your dates? Can we choose different dates? We are big, we are huge. I want the attention all to myself." But Davido knew what was coming after that. And Davido's team, one of the guys among Davido's team actually said, that's Tycoon, said to Wizkid, or Whiskid FC, "Tell your papa to drop now." So what is he trying to say here? He's trying to say, look, we also have got a project, because Davido shared a snippet of his upcoming work as well. So I was like, "Make not tell my papa to drop now. Let us compete." Do you know what that is? Let us compete. So it's just to create confusion, and of course to undermine Wizkid's work. And I think that's why Wizkid took it so personal. It started, with that, right? That was the cause of the fight. We know that these people don't fight since. In April, note it was Wizkid who started it. And Davido replied then, and I think Davido waited, and his team just waited. When it's going to hurt him the most? Releasing a project or a song the same day as Mariah. Maybe they've just been waiting patiently. Imagine dropping your first single this year on the same day as Wizkid. Davido dropping his first single. That's his first single this year, right? This year, same day as Wizkid. It's just so crazy. So I'm going to share some of the replies. But then again, let's not forget that these guys are actually doing well musically. The same October 1st, I stumbled on this. Whiskid, Burna Boy, Tems, Davido are the biggest Nigerian artists of all time. That is what Apple shared. And the top albums, the list of the top 10 albums. I'm just going to read this. Top 10 most streamed Nigerian albums on Apple Music is led by Wizkid's Made in Lagos. This album elevated, okay, blah blah blah. The second one, I think, Burna Boy's Love Damini comes second, followed by his fourth album, African Giant. Tems for Broken Ears is in fourth place, making her the only one with an EP to make the list. Other albums in the top 10 include Burna Boy's I Told Them and Twice As Tall, Ashake's Mr. Money with The Vibe, Davido's Timeless, Ashake's Work of Art. They are winning, all of them. Omale, they said these albums have each contributed to the rise of Nigerian music on the world stage.
Made in Lagos is the most streamed Nigerian album of all time on Apple Music. Wizkid Grammy-nominated album topped a list of the most successful albums by Nigerian artists on Apple Music. To mark Nigeria's 64th Independence Day celebration, Apple Music published a list of the biggest Nigerian artists, songs, and albums of all time. And here are the top Nigerian albums on Apple Music. At number 10, we have Boy Alone by Omale. At number 9, we have Work of Art by Ashake. Number 8 is Timeless by Davido, and number 7 is Mr. Money with the Vibes by Ashake. At number 6 we have Twice As Tall by Burna Boy. At number 5 we have I Told Them by Burna Boy. Number 4 we have For Broken Ears by Tems. At number 3 we have African Giants by Burna Boy. Number 2 is Love Damini by Burna Boy, and number 1 is Made in Lagos by Wizkid.
Amazing news, but the competition will not stop. So the fight between Wizkid and Davido. I'm going to read Wizkid's comments, some of the comments. But first, about Wizkid's dad. A fan said this: Mrs. Wiz, go treat your pa, that one fit leave you again. No. So Wizkid's dad was spotted. I mean, I saw this footage 2 or 3 days ago. Wizkid's dad was spotted in Surulere. Old people now, no matter how rich their kids are, they will still go back to the hood to see their friends, their longtime friends. Some of them just like walking, even though their kids can afford a car or a G-Wagon or something. Some of them would just like to, take a walk sometimes, right? So somebody spotted the father, took a video of him and shared it online. So while trying to take a swipe at Wizkid, they shared this video. And Wizkid replied, you see his SUV in front, right? He actually likes going back to our old hood to take walks, see the old people and bless them with something small. That's the kind of man that raised me. That's Wizkid replying that. And Wizkid said this about Davido's uncle while replying. Davido and his fans said, when you see people wey them papa and family train, you go know. You don't see my uncle dancing online. And Tunde Ednut also is in there taking this whole thing personal. And Tunde Ednut replied saying, now him they insult Governor Adeleke. Shey una see say this boy no get respect. Is this what you FCs are celebrating and encouraging? And that's Tunde Ednut. Tunde Ednut just came into all this, and I think Wizkid replied him. But before we read that, let us read some of his replies. So after Davido's team member told Wizkid FC to ask their dad, that's Wizkid, to drop Movayona, now Wizkid's associates said this. He said, say please. Again, that video of Davido begging, and Wizkid said, beg me, just like ... That's how it started. Wizkid just got in like that and just started ranting and going haywire on Twitter. I said these people got nothing on Starboy General till infinity, because this person said, Wiz, at this point, anytime you like, you drop the album. Now them need us.
Time we say the truth, you people be like, they don't like him because his father has money. In Papa get money, reach my papa. Do you know who my father is? Do you even know who my father is? Do you know where I'm from? But we just have to say the truth. Osakpolo knows I be sing baka. That thing wey him drop today, October 1st. If Yongidu drop am, they suppose arrest Yongidu for defamation of eardrum verbality. Defamation of eardrum verbality. That's what Davido is about to do now. If he drop this song, make una just advise. I call the one that said say you no get him. You see when Wizkid drop a snippet, everybody was gobsmacked. Everybody was the snippet alone was everywhere, trended everywhere because it was a very quality one. Now Osakpala we don dey make mouth since last year. We don dey deal with the same then Ghana drops.
Wizkid went in hard here. And Tunde did not like that. Tunde said, this is not nice at all. Someone needs to tell him there is no point in coming for Davido because you are about to release your album soon. Davido could just sit down. They mind him business. Wizkid will just come from nowhere and just be attacking the innocent guy. This is not nice. That's what Tunde said. And you can see Wizkid says 80 trash. We got 80 albums for any song you all dropped. Okay. Cussing, I don't believe that. Okay, we all know is whack, no talent. Because replying somebody who says, so if you know beef Davido, your song won't sell. He also replied this person saying, calling Davido Forgido. So Wizkid replied this comment. Let me read it. That's Sunday egg nuts. If you no give him his own size, he go pain me. He don't disrespect you no be today. And Wizkid replied, LOL. I actually love all the promotions that they do for me. That one need healing from choosing church for him one leg up. We don't diss. I think he said we don't disables. This Wizkid game out though. Another person here says, I beg easy. I just they wonder how Davido go they feel as he they read all your tweets. And he said it no go better for Davido and him feelings. And Tunde not also replied. He says, can you imagine? Is this behavior good? No wahala sha. Make una the advice it is well. Thank God Davido no they even see him side anymore. Okay. It is just so crazy, this whole fight between Wizkid and Davido. This, of course, will help Wizkid's morale gain more traction. I mean, Wizkid is big already, but it will also boost that. And also, Davido is about to drop his song, so it will help both of them. You understand? This is Davido's fan. Reply me, Wizkid. I wait you for Surule, drug addict. You are so useless that Tony Lumelu fly Davido to Paris for a UBA gig and you are their supposed ambassador. Ayo Balogun, I put it to you. You are a madman. And remember, see, everything's got a link. Somehow link back to Davido. In April, right, Davido called Wizkid a sick man. He insinuated that Wizkid is a druggie. But about Wizkid including Davido's uncle in all of this directly, do I think is nice? I think he took it so personal after they dragged his dad in it. But still, you keep it within or between yourself and Davido. I don't think that is necessary, but that one are their own problem. They said the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So here Dami Crane came in and said, who is Forgido? OBO. Supporting Wizkid for now, actually. Now, guys, let us just move on to the next one here at this juncture. So about VeryDarkMan, the Lost Choosing GO replied him. And he said, let me read the report. He said, VDM is learning the hard way for speaking against me and my Lord's choosing church. VDM isn't the only one who called out this pastor. First of all, who called out the Lost Choosing. I just don't like how, the so-called men of God try to push this narrative that if you come for me, God will do something negative to you. God will make you die. God will make you suffer. I just don't like that. I don't think God will punish whoever shares their thoughts. In fact, they've bastardized, Christianity, religion. There are a lot of so-called men of God or pastors out there that are fake. Sometimes, people react based on the stories that they've seen. And I want to believe that our God is a reasonable God and he wouldn't just punish people.
Somebody came to talk to me that somebody was talking about that case. He said, Pastor, do you see a man that is speaking against us? And the man said, choosing to learn something in a hard way. And he mentioned the name of the man. Some few, when this thing was going on, he said, one man they call VeryDarkMan. Very dark. He said, choosing will learn something in a hard way. I said, no, choosing will not learn something in a hard way. And he is the one that will learn something in hard way. What is happening today is learning it what? If you know the person I'm talking about, I just only made a statement. He said, choosing people will learn something in a hard way. And I said, that same man will learn, no, not we. He will learn something in a hard way. I don't know whether he's learning it today. Who knows who I'm talking about? I didn't speak evil of him. I only said, no, we're not. He said his name is VeryDarkMan. I said, no, it's him that will learn something in a hard way. And I'm telling you, as soon as I said that statement, he's now learning something what? You didn't hear what I'm saying? So I don't want to speak evil, because if I speak evil, it will happen. If I say anything negative, anything evil, it will happen immediately. So I cannot say anything against any man. But somebody can say, somebody was worried. He said, he's speaking evil against us. And this statement is what? Choosing to learn something in a hard way. And I said the name is VeryDarkMan.
And guys, I saw a video of a crossdresser in Abuja. I think they are much in Abuja, these crossdressers, and Abuja is dangerous for them. The news said Abuja crossdresser speaks after being confronted by a group of people. And I saw a lot of negative comments, and I don't know what to think of this. I've said this before, and some people actually came for me. Look, if you're going to condemn something, let's be realistic. Condemn everything concerning that thing until you frown on it in its entirety. It won't stop. A lot of people watch, content creators, male, that dress like females, like cross-dressers, but they call it skits. Abi? Cross-dresser. What do you think this encourages? I don't understand. I'm trying to understand it. It is just like you condemning gays. Okay, let me ask this question. Would you also watch a male and another male kissing in a movie? I mean, because it's a movie, you don't have to take it serious. Or just asking each other, they don't even have to kiss. Just, asking the other one, asking the other out. And they doing all those lovey-dovey thing. Would you be comfortable watching it? Oh, because it's comedy now, it's different. Why can't we just see this? Me, I will never be against them. I'm not condemning anybody. I will never condemn anybody. But my point is, if you're going to condemn something, condemn everything concerning that. Don't pick and choose and say, well, because I want to laugh, this is fun. Nah, that is encouraging this. Why don't you keep your kid and say, okay, watch you that, you don't like gays. Why don't you let them watch a male and another male asking one another? This thing influences us as humans. Whatever we watch, we consume. We encourage it, or we are subconsciously encouraging it. And for some, it influences them. So I'm just saying, like, please do not condemn these people, okay? Except you guys are ready. That's all. Yeah, this will be Whiskey Wahala. Well, guys, that's where I'm going to hold it. Thank you so much for watching. Until see you next time. Peace.
So why are you dressing like a woman?
This is how I love to be identified. Like I owe nobody explanation.
I can call police to arrest you. Are you mad?
They can arrest me, but they don't have anything to keep against me. Like I didn't do
Why are you dressing like a
anything.
woman?
I did not do anything. Like I did not fish. I didn't meet anybody.
Why are you dressing like a woman?
Why are you even standing on the road like a prostitute, like a woman? Why?
I'm not looking like a prostitute. This is how I dress to my workplace.
Guy,
Like this.
why are you dressing like this?
Because this is how I choose to.
Are you crazy? Please stop that. Are you crazy?
They go. Don't forget they run. They go. They run. Hey! This one, they go. I think they go. This one, they go. This one.